Hey guys, thanks for coming to hang out here on the sessions. A friendly reminder that you can hang out with me in more than one place because I'm also on AMP. Just download the app, come hang out with us Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Just get a little more sessions in your life. We all need it. Going back to what you just said about not feeling anything during those moments of not feeling like yourself, how much of a mind fuck was that for you to go through that of like, why am I not feeling the way I normally feel pre-match heading into things?
It's heartbreaking, but like I feel like when you laser in on it, like so for me, I saw it almost as a game where I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna be so good, I'm gonna make you make noise. So like I saw it like that, but then like you can only play that game every now and again before it becomes tedious and tiresome. So like
Yeah.
it was heartbreaking at points because I really did feel like I was doing my best work that I've ever done.
Yeah.
And it kind of went under the radar because I'm not on national TV, I'm not on weekly TV. And like New Japan at one point was the hottest thing going.
Yeah.
And when 2019 came in, all of our arenas were sold out. It was the best G1 that we ever done. We performed in Madison Square Garden. Like it was all systems would go, eh? And then that fucking pandemic came. I could swear, can't I?
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
god!
let it fly.
Oh,
I would
like
never hinder you. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
Let it
I do F and
fly.
blind quite a lot. I can't help it. I can't help
I'll
it.
just let the
But
producers get the little beat button going if they need to, but no, we're good.
it'll
Let
be
it
like that constantly. Yeah. But
It's so great. I feel like it's less offensive with a British accent, so you can get
yeah,
away
I
with
can get
fun.
away with so many things with British accent. I noticed that. Like you guys don't like the C word. I love
No, well,
saying
it's
it.
funny because before you jumped on, I was kind of like I was mimicking your promo with Kenny at the press conference, and I was like, "You little," and one of the producers
Yeah.
was like,
Oh, you
"Whoa,
said it.
whoa,
Whoa, you
whoa!"
said it.
I was like, "It's yeah, coming
But
out of my mouth, it's like vulgar. With you, it's like
yeah,
oh, it's charming. It's
but
fine."
I think that's the thing in it. Like with the British, it's more of like a term of endearment.
Mhm.
So like we'll look at each other every now and again. Oh, you're a good like, do you know what I mean? So, but like, I do love saying it. It's such a naughty word, eh?
Got a good
Like,
little
it's just,
impact. Yeah, it
yeah,
is. It's a good one. So
fuck.
in that promo, in that promo with Kenny, you were talking about your mental state over the past
Mm.
while leading up to this. How do you feel now?
I mean, like, restriction wise, it's easing up now. And I feel like even though there are still some restrictions going forward, like, so, I mean, what people don't know, I mean, maybe they do, but we done the Tokyo Dome show. And to have all that noise and all that noise generating at you, and then the next day we was back in silence again. It was
Right.
almost just, I always wanted to do like a Q&A. Okay, who was here yesterday? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, everyone would have put their fucking hand up and just, I don't know. I don't, there is just something fucking moronic sometimes about that country.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Doesn't really make sense
it
sometimes.
doesn't make sense at all. But like mental wise, like we're not having to do any of the hotel isolations anymore. I feel like New
Thank God.
Japan, New Japan wanted us to like obviously not talk about it, but like it's the big elephant in the room. Hey, how can you not talk about it? All the
Mhm.
wrestlers are out of shape and starving, and like it's horrible. It was like one of the worst things we ever have to deal with. But we all did it. We all knuckled down because A, we love our company, and B, there are fans still like for some strange reason fans still were showing up. So it was
Yeah.
an obligation to give them like the best quality product we can physically get. I mean, it got hard. I mean, like I didn't do nowhere near the amount of quarantines as some of the other lads had to do.
Hmm.
But like I felt like in that moment, I like especially sitting there opposite Kenny and having all of my work and all of our work like belittled and like just because A look, we all know AEW is like the big fish right now, right? It's one of the most incredible promotions going on, but like New Japan is still like, in my opinion, the better wrestling. Like in terms of like in ring action, we're like the best wrestling going. But because we've been in such a like a pandemic state, it's almost looked down upon. It was almost shunned upon. So like
Hmm.
I take great offense to that, just
Yeah.
because all those lads, maximum, you probably have to do like a 3 hour drive or an hour flight. You probably got a negative COVID test and like had to be sent home or whatnot. But like for us, it was hell. It was like flying over 12 hours, Then you found out that the Russia and Ukraine were having a war. So then that got made into 15 hours. I only got told that when I was in isolation anyway. So then I'm getting told by my mates we might be drafted into war. So now I'm panicking in a box like no bigger than this room, like smaller than this room. I'm in the dining room, by the way. Lovely £3,000 table, I must say. But like,
I would
there's
have
all
a
this
panic
like
attack. I would have a full on panic attack.
you're going nuts, and you're literally like going insane. You can't like do anything about it, but you just have to like take it in with what it is. Like I even remember, like I tried to order a Uber Eats to my room, and I had to go downstairs, and then they all flipped out, were like, "Get back in your room, get back!" And they're like pointing. Honestly, it was like prison. It was horrible.
Oh
but
my
like,
God! And that
like
how long would that be? Like 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. Like
Ooh.
like it got lessons to 10 days. Like honestly, like, and I know a lot of people don't want me talking about it, but like that's such a driving factor for me because out of all of that, I've endured all of that, and I still came to perform for everyone.
Yeah.
So for anybody to try like and dare belittle my work, like it's one of those things where like, heck, you know what I mean? They don't need to have an opinion because they've never had to sacrifice that. You guys did like 3 hour drives, like bless you. You tried your hardest, like fuck you. So like, other than that, do you know what I mean? Do 2 weeks in a fucking room no bigger than your fucking shoe closet, love.
Yeah, no, that would honestly, that would give me a panic attack. I remember at certain points when like John wanted to go back to Japan and work, and obviously that never panned out at any point. But me thinking that too, of like, oh my gosh, you've got to take that flight there, and then you've got to be in quarantine. And I've been in even in those hotel rooms with him there, and they are tiny. Like that's really stressful.
It's
Super, super
horrible.
stressful. Well,
But like, I hope it does show. Like, I'm not saying it because like be all and end all. We all did that. We all made that sacrifice, and we all did it. But bearing in mind, we did it because we love our company, like,
yeah.
and we love the fans that support New Japan, and anyone that like supports. We've everyone from the Gaijins to the homegrown talent. We all done that. We all made that sacrifice to give you guys a better product. So I hope they appreciate it.
I mean, you look at Wrestle Kingdom too. I mean, to think from like everybody from New Japan that was on that show, to have talent from AEW on that show, to have talent from WWE on that show, to having certain unsigned talents being on a show like that. It really felt like the spotlight was directly over New Japan for that. How do you feel like the show was overall?
I think we knocked it out of the park personally.
Yeah.
I think from the first match that opened up the IWGP Junior Tag Titles to the very last match, I feel like as a cohesive unit, we all kind of made this secret bond to basically say, hey, we've got to knock this one out of the park. Like this has got to be a good one. So to everyone on that roster and to everyone on that card, like pat on the back, we all did it. Like thank you so much. And even the guys that weren't on the card, I feel like their praises need to be sung because, like, there's a lot of guys. Like, for example, Shingo wasn't on the main card, and he done a lot of the back work during those pandemic shows. So, like, I feel like his praises need to be sung, and everyone's praises that was on those shows. Like, it needs to be sung out loud.
Yeah.
But like, to everyone that was on that show, like, thanks for knocking it out of the park.
Hell of a show. I mean, as a fan, I had a blast watching the whole thing and just like the build up to that. We had Rocky on the show not too long ago, and even just like picking his brain about it. It's really, really cool. You guys absolutely did knock it out of the park. So congratulations.